Hello and welcome to the SoftCookie Age Regression podcast. I'm your host, SoftCookie, and my guest today is Anna.
Hi. Hello.
Anna, go ahead and tell our company your pronouns just so everybody knows.
She, her.
Okay, and mine, as always, are they, them. So, let's see what we got to talk about today. I think it's the same stuff as usual. Okay, so let's start off, get comfy here by talking about what got you into age regression.
Right. Well, it's a bit of a weird one. I had to think about it for a while because I wasn't really sure to begin with. I think it was a while ago. And at first it wasn't really like a thing, as in, like, I didn't know what it was. It wasn't like, oh, I'm regressing. It just kind of was a thing that happened. In terms of just when I got really, really stressed or anxious, I just kind of was like, oh, I don't know how to describe it because it's not like now when if I'm anxious, I'm like, right, I'm going to regress to make myself feel better. It just kind of happened. It's weird, but my boyfriend at the time kind of introduced me to it, sort of, and it kind of went from there. And I've seen it on like fan fiction and Tumblr and things like that.
Oh, okay.
But it was never like before. It was never like oh, this is what I'm doing. It's kind of thing that was happening. That doesn't make any sense, but that's like the only way I could describe it.
No, it kind of makes sense. I think it's pretty interesting that I've heard from a couple of regressors that they say like it's something that they started doing just automatically. And for me, it's like mind-blowing because this is something like I've had to go out and find and pick up and try and do, like starting to do meditation or something like that. Like it didn't come naturally to me. But I think that's so interesting and cool that it does come automatically to you and other people too.
Yeah. I mean, even now, sometimes it'll happen naturally. Like if I've had a really bad day or something's happened or, I don't know, just sometimes it'll happen. But most of the time, like you said, it's not something automatically. It's something you'll kind of have to like bring yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
But occasionally, it's like when people like, sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, small day today. Or other times I'll wake up and I'm like, I feel rubbish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I'm just going to be small today because I cannot deal with everyone.
Mm-hmm. That's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I have my question thingies. I have to bring them up. I don't know where I saved them to.
I'm not going to lie, when you sent me the questions through, I kind of thought about them. I have like 5-6 pages of notes.
Oh, wow! That's so cool, actually. I love that.
I have a lot on my mind. And I don't really get to talk to people about it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to just go off on one. And when you're like, oh, I like people who talk a lot, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to make the most of that.
He said, it's my time to go off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely is. And that's not including my special interests, because that's just in my mind. Like, so that could have been like a whole book.
Oh boy. We'll probably have to have you on for another podcast too. If y'all at home can't tell, we both had taken naps today. So
I think it's fairly obvious with the lack of brain power.
Yeah, we're pretty sleepy.
England is far away from you and it's late. And I usually go to bed at like 9. So
this is 30 Days of Little Space by Chubby Princess Kitty.
That's a cute name. I like that.
What is your zodiac sign?
Virgo? I was born in September, so Virgo.
Do you partake in the zodiac stuff?
I read about it, but I think it's weird because it's specific enough that you can be like, oh my god, that's like different to other people, but it's vague enough that you can apply it to literally every area of your life.
That's what a lot of my friends feel like. And also me.
I feel like if it helps you, if like reading it and being like, oh, I relate to that, gives you some sort of comfort and like identity, then fair enough. But I just look at it and go, that's so vague that literally anybody could apply to that if they felt they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
And I feel like people who are into it, like, they feel like, oh, this is the real deal. Like, they're pretty valid too. Like, you know, you never know. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? This is just how I feel about it.
Yeah. Also, it all confuses me. I don't get like, they're like, oh, I'm Virgo with like a rising sun. I'm like, I'm very confused. I don't like, this is like magic to me. I don't understand.
Like, apparently you have to go to this site, put in like your, like the time that you were born and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, this is wild, guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if it's working, then go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as it's not hurting anybody, who really cares?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, next question.
Yes.
Number 3. How many stuffies do you have?
I have them all in front of me so I can count, right?
Oh my gosh, you came prepared.
They're all on my bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. I've lost one. 6. I have 6. But one of them's a hot water bottle, but I don't know if he counts.
Wait, what?
I'm going to say he counts. It's a sloth hot water bottle. I have 2 sloths, 2 bears, a leopard, and a horse. I don't know where the horse has gone, though.
It's like you have a zoo.
I do.
A hot water bottle. That's pretty cool, though.
Yes, it's very cold in England, so
I bet.
He's helpful.
That sounds nice.
Oh.
I mean, well, I mean, sometimes the cold can be, like, not be so great, but I grew up in the desert, so it's like stuff with snow and cold. I'm just like, oh, wow, that sounds magical.
See, the cold's all right until you realise you don't get any picturesque snow in England. It's just rain.
Oh, well.
It's just wet and soggy and, like, biting winds, and I cannot be bothered.
Do your stuffies have any names?
I think some of them have names. The big sloth is Steve.
Mm-hmm. We've been acquainted.
Everyone's acquainted with Steve. I tend to just carry. He's got a hole and haven't managed to sew it up yet, and I'm really upset about it. Like, I'm genuinely nearly cried when I saw it.
Do you have like a little sewing kit?
I think so. I'm going to try and do it either tomorrow or during the week. I have this is a funny story. I have a leopard. It's a leopard toy. I had it from when I was like a baby, and there's a tag on it that literally says it's a leopard. My parents didn't look at the tag that says leopard, and we've called it Cheetah for 16 years.
Oh my goodness. Like,
so
there's a tag that straight up says leopard?
Cheetah the leopard.
Alright, that's pretty cute.
He's my favourite, though, because Steve's my favourite, but he holds a special place in my heart because I've had him for so long.
So we got Steve and Leopard.
The horse. My friend got him for me a few years ago for my birthday because I used to ride horses. His name is Donald.
Donald.
Really and the cute. Others don't
like Donald
names.
Duck?
Yes, like Donald Duck, but because there was a horse at the stables I rode at called Donald.
Oh.
So we called him after that. I didn't even like that horse, but we just thought it was a funny name. And then I've got 2 bears that don't have names that are from my ex. I think we just called one of them Teddy, like generically, but they're just there. And then the hot water bottle doesn't have a name.
Poor thing.
Bless it. I don't really care about 2 of them.
It does so much for you, and yet it has no name.
I just disregard it. It's under my bed most of the time.
Viewers at home, name the water bottle.
Oh yeah. Let me know what to call it.
Okay, next question. Let's see. Do you have a favorite Disney princess / prince?
Hercules.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
That's the best film. I have to admit, I've watched Lion King on repeat for the past week.
I mean, Simba's a prince, too.
Simba and Hercules.
Simba and Hercules, the greatest princes Disney's ever known.
Power couple.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if that's okay.
Neither do it. There's like levels to that.
Oh, there's a lot to unpack here.
Oh, yeah, move on. Quick, swiftly.
Okay.
Move on.
Next question is, what do you eat when it's snack time?
Fruit. All the time I'll have like bananas and grapes because they're easy to cut up.
Oh yeah. I like bananas and peanut butter.
I don't like peanut butter, but mainly just bananas, grapes and strawberries, and I just put them in a mug. Or if I'm feeling like extra, I can't do things for myself, cereal, dry cereal in a mug.
Yeah. That's pretty valid. I'm not gonna lie. Dry cereal in a mug, that's it. That's where it's at.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Do you use a pacifier?
No, because I don't have any money, and I live with my parents, so not really something I can order without them being like, what's that?
Excuse me, what is this?
Yeah.
Do you have a special name for pacifiers? Do you call it something different?
No. I think in England they're not pacifiers anyway. We call them dummies.
That's so cute.
That's what they're called in England. Dummies, or I think it's a family thing. Like, my family call them this, obviously, because I've got a little brother. I think we call them nummies.
Nummies?
That's just what they're called.
My family, we call them binkies.
Yeah.
All right. I think that does it for the warm-up questions. So now we can get into your written down ones. Drum roll.
Yes.
Okay. What are some of your favorite things about the community?
I've not really been active in the community for a while. I think we talked about this before. Like, I haven't really been back in it for like I took like a 1.5 year break after my ex. Mm-hmm. So I think Discord, I'd have to say, like, all the servers and that and blogs and that, because it's helped me like actually meet people like-minded that I can talk to openly.
Yeah, there's a lot of
nice
Discord servers that are age regression related, and I've tried out a couple, but I really like Danny's. Danny's is really cute.
Yeah, Danny's is good. And the one that I'm on, that Danny was on, but Danny left to make the one that we're on, I've met someone who I've been recently looking into having as CG, I think, which is good, because
that's so nice.
I've been on my own for 2 years.
It'll be nice to have somebody take care of this baby.
Yeah. But yeah, Discord is good because I tend to get quite lonely, and people are on whatever time because everyone's always awake. Mm-hmm. Seems to be nobody on these servers ever sleeps. Nobody sleeps.
Well, I sleep and work.
Yeah.
I sleep a lot. I sleep too much.
You've got quite a healthy sleep schedule. A lot of people don't sleep. Or everyone's asleep when I'm awake.
Yeah. I noticed that when I come back on Discord, I'm like, I got some messages from you. I'm like, crap. Why must I sleep? Oh, cruel world. Why must I sleep?
But then I wake up to like 5 messages from you. I'm like, oh, damn it. Missed it again. God's sake. But it's fine because I wake up like 3 times in the night, so I'm always active when I probably should be sleeping still.
What blogs do you like?
And there's only one I really know of. It's Milkwebs. She's a YouTuber. Mm-hmm. I think her name's Lola. She's an age regressor, and she does like kink related stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about that because that does not have a place here. Mm-hmm. But the age regression stuff, it's nice because it's not necessarily educational, but she does videos of her regressed and she puts them on, and they're really nice to just like watch and wind down to because there's just someone there, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice. But I don't really have many blogs. I tend to try and stay off social media because it stresses me out enough as it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are some things you'd like to see more of?
This was one that I struggled to think of because, like, all the stuff I could think of, there's already information on it, but just not. It was weird because, as I was saying, the more information about like fake CGs and what you don't like, what shouldn't be happening in a relationship, because that would have been really helpful for me.
Yeah.
But there's loads of information about that. But I think, I don't know. I think it just needs to be more. I really don't know. More specific. I don't know. Something like that.
We just need the aid regression manual book that we give to everybody who's a new regressor and be like, oh, you're going to want to look over the part about caregivers.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to see more about how to deal with it when you have a CG and then they go, or like you break up or move on or something, because that's really difficult, and I didn't really realize how bad that was going to affect me.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any posts or anybody talk about like how to deal with that kind of thing, so that'd be interesting to see.
Obviously everyone deals with it differently, but there's no kind of guideline on feeling valid about it, because you feel like you feel completely lost, like this person that you put so much trust and love into is suddenly just gone. And obviously that's their prerogative. If they can't be in a relationship any longer, then they've got free will, they can do what they want. But at the same time, you've relied on them, which maybe isn't healthy, but I think it's person dependent, isn't it? But I think it's difficult because you don't really know where to go, especially when you can't be open about it with like all your friends. You've not really got many people to talk to.
Yeah. I think that's pretty valid as well. Like, even if it's like maybe not healthy, it's still valid of you. Like, you need to be able to find information to recover from it. Like, that's still a thing that you deserve.
Yeah, I think definitely if I'd have had information like that after my ex, then I would have been able to move on and become more stable a lot quicker than I did, because it's taken me a good few years to kind of, and I'm not even fully past it, but just move on a bit. And if I'd had a bit of information about it, then maybe it would have been easier.
And maybe somebody will hear this and they'll be inspired to give their own 2 cents. Or even
do it.
Maybe you can write a short thing of what helped you.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, okay.
No. I can't, there's not really much I can say on the topic, seeing as how I didn't for like a year and a half, so I just kind of shut it down, which isn't healthy.
Yeah. Well.
But that's how I dealt with it, but that's obviously not going to work for other people.
Anyone who's listening and has ideas for this, make it happen. If you have an idea for something, please make it happen. I just like seeing people make things.
Just do it.
Just do it. All right. So what are some things you'd like to see less of / kind of troublesome things you see in the community?
I see a lot of hate. Like, obviously, we all know there's hate from outsiders into the community. That's a thing we all have to deal with quite regularly. But what I don't like is seeing hate from the community towards others in the community itself.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of shutdown for if it doesn't look a certain way. Like, if your age regression doesn't look as aesthetic as someone's on Tumblr does, then it's not valid. Or if you're plus-sized or older or a parent, it's not as valid as the cute, quirky, like 18-year-olds in thigh highs and like little bralettes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If it doesn't fit an aesthetic page, then it's not valid. I think if that's not applicable in every sense, but I think definitely on Tumblr that seems to be quite a lot of the ideas.
The ideas floating around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's fair, because like,
no,
regression is such like a nice coping mechanism and one of the safer coping mechanisms out there, because there's a lot of bad ones and a lot of bad ones that I've used, and it should it should be free for anyone to pick up and to try if it will help them.
Yeah, definitely.
So just expecting people to look a certain way when they're doing it is just not fair at all.
I think as well, acting a certain way as well. Like there's this idea about, you see all these posts about littles at this age should act like this, and at this age, and like this is what I do in my little space. But it's different for literally everybody. Like a lot of the time I'm like non-verbal, not in a I can't talk sense, and I just don't want to. And I often am sad because I end up progressing due to stress. So, but others are more hyper and active.
And wiggly.
I think it is different. I think, yeah, wiggly. I think, but then sometimes I'm like that. So I think it's just, I think the ideas floating around about how we should act is often damaging because it makes people feel like they're not doing it right. It's like you're not valid if you're not this and you're not that. But realistically, at the end of the day, it's your coping mechanism. The way you use it is valid to you.
Yeah. What if it works, then do it, pal.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. If it works, do it. Screw everybody else. Who cares what other people think?
All right, let's move into special interests.
Yay.
Here we go. Go on then.
Sorry. You're going to ask a question. I was waiting for a question. No. Right.
No,
okay.
just tell me about your special interest, pal.
Musical theatre. That's a big one for me. Ever since I was young, I think I've always been into musical theatre. I've been doing drama ever since I was younger. It's a place of comfort for me. Being on stage, I love it. It's somewhere where I'm not anxious because I don't have to think because I'm not me. It's kind of escapism, but in a healthy way because it's acting.
Oh yeah.
And I love singing, and I use that as my main form of venting emotionally. Like I can find a musical theatre song that fits perfectly with what I'm feeling at any given moment and vent and belt it out, and you can hear it, and it after I'm done I just feel so much better for singing, which makes me happy.
It's good to just
nice.
Get it out of you.
Yes. And also the soundtracks are bops.
Yeah?
Like, they're all so good. Which make me happy.
Do you have a favourite play?
Oh, no. Can't choose. Right now I'd say Jesus Christ Superstars at the top. I love that. It's one of the only Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals that I can kind of deal with. A lot of his stuff I don't like. Respect to him though, like it's difficult to write, but I don't like it. Jesus Christ Superstar, Newsies. Oh, I love Newsies.
Newsies is good.
Every single song on that soundtrack is a bop. Les Mis has a special place in my heart.
Well, I just watched that, I think, 2 years ago. I watched it with my cosplay group, and we watched it like 12 a.m. and like everybody was passing out. I think I even passed out at one part of it, but I did enjoy it, and I watched it again afterwards. But it was a nice experience.
It's very good. I think Wicked holds a special place in my heart because it's the first show I ever saw live.
Oh, I've never seen it, but
backstage tour.
Oh, really?
Which was really nice. I got it for my birthday. It was brilliant. But yeah, Wicked is one of my all-time favourites.
You met the cast and everything?
No, they left.
Oh. Got backstage and they were like, I'm going to go.
Yeah, they let me, I got to tour through all the costumes and they let me stand on the stage and I got to hold like a load of the props.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which was really nice. I was like, 9, 10? I think one of my favourite things about theatre as well is just like the community of it. Obviously there's quite a lot of toxic people in the theatre like world, but in terms of performing, like I go to a summer school during the summers, which is like just a week-long camp, and we do a performance at the end. But it's just nice because everybody there is just so close and we just bond over theatre. I never get lead roles, and I don't really mind because in the ensemble it's just it's just the camaraderie of it all, which I really like. You just feel like a part of something, which is nice.
I really love that. I really love like group projects and stuff like that. I think it's fun. I really like people in general. I like making friends. I think it's lovely.
I like making friends. I'm just not very good at it.
Oh.
I'm okay over message. I'm very awkward in real life. I try not to be. I try my best. I use self-deprecating humor as conversation starters. It's probably not a healthy way to do it, but it works. So.
Woof.
I met my best friend this way, so it's fine.
Okay. Well, if it works, it works.
Yes.
I'm not.
She does yell at me if I get too self-deprecating, though.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I'm not too much of a fan of self-deprecating humor.
It's funny. I have a dark sense of humor, and when it's about myself, I just find it funnier.
Oh, jeez.
I find it easier to laugh. If I make the jokes, then when other people laugh at me, it's not as bad. That got deep. Sorry.
Yeah, it got pretty deep. We've just dug in ourselves into a hole. Fellas!
Moving on. Swiftly. Right. Special interest number 2.
Yes.
This is less of a special interest and more just a thing that I like doing. I don't know if that counts, but...
I think it does.
Writing's been a big one for me. I used to write a lot back when I was not so good mentally, like when I wasn't in a good mental place, because it was a vent.
Mm-hmm.
And my writing style then is a lot different to what it is now, because then it was all the stuff I wrote was just what was going on in my mind, but projecting onto characters.
Okay.
So it was like personal projection, which is fine because I got it out. But reading it back was quite triggering because it wasn't nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was good though, I'm not gonna lie, it was very well written. I tend to be poetic when I'm sad. That's what I've discovered recently. It's just been something fun, just like something to do. I've just been doing a lot of writing and my writing style's changed because I'm in a better place now, so it's just a lot nicer. And it's just nice to write about characters that you really like in situations that you want to put them in where they're not dead.
Yeah. So when I was going through a tougher part of my depression, like, I did a lot of vent paintings and stuff like that. And sometimes I worry, I'm like, well, am I better at art or anything when I'm sad? Like, when I'm not sad, am I, like, not good at art? And
yeah,
I read somebody say somewhere that, like, Vincent van Gogh, some of his better works that he did, or more famous works, he did while he was in rehab.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he was trying to get better. So I'm not sure if that says anything about it, but I thought, like, that's kind of a nice thought, like, maybe I can be good when I'm not sad. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's definitely interesting. I saw something the other day about Dodie. She's a music...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She's a songwriter here in Britain, yeah. She was saying about how... like, a lot of her music comes from a place of... She struggles with mental health issues, and where a lot of her music comes from. And she was saying that mental health issues make you more creative because it's an outlet. I think that's true to some degree, but I think it can also be quite problematic if you look at it in the sense of a lot of people, like some of the best artists on the internet that I know of, aren't mentally ill, and it's quite limiting. Because I saw some people in the comments saying, I'm not mentally ill, does that mean that my art's not valid or not good enough because I don't struggle? So does that mean I'm not creative?
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is quite true. Which is something I worried about, because when I started writing again recently, my art style's changed, and at first I didn't like it as much, and I thought, oh, does me being in a better place mentally make me worse at one of the things I love doing because I'm not pulling from such a deep place anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a thing.
It's an interesting thought, but I think that whatever it is, you getting better is more important than, like, your perceived, like, oh, something is better than another thing. Like, I don't know how to word that, but like...
Oh, yeah, no, I get you, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, mental well-being, way more important than like...
Fan fiction.
Yeah, basically.
But also art's subjective, so...
Yeah,
someone
exactly.
might read a piece from when you were in a bad place and read a piece from when you're in a good place and like the piece from a good place so much more because it's less personal projection and more just decent writing.
Yeah.
But someone might feel the other way because it's more relatable. So I think you can't really judge your creativity based on your own perception because art is completely subjective.
Yeah.
It's like I posted a... I have an archive of our own account. It's ZI_RA0, short for Aziraphale. Hit up Good Omens. What a good show. But I have some fan fiction on there. Go read it. Would appreciate. Cheers, bros. But I put out a piece earlier and I didn't know if I liked it. Like, it was alright, but I wasn't sure if I liked the writing style. But then it got like 242 hits in like a few hours.
Oh, shoot.
And a comment, and the comment was just like, oh my god, this is amazing, thank you so much for writing this. And that just made me feel so good because I was like, oh, I didn't think this was that good. But like, someone actually likes it. And then someone I was speaking to made a comment on how they really like my writing style, and it just, I think validation makes you feel so good.
Oh my gosh, it's so
especially
wonderful.
When it comes to art.
Oh yeah. But I posted a video, and one of my friends on Tumblr, they like reblogged what I had posted, and they said like, oh wow, this is so nice, you have such a calming voice, this is like big Bob Ross vibes. And I was just like, that is such an incredibly nice thing to say to someone. Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
I watched it. Is that the video you put on YouTube? Because I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I was like, oh my god.
My whole drawing.
It was so cute.
I'm so embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed? It was good.
I don't know. I'm just shy, okay? But I was talking on Tumblr. I was thinking about doing
Yeah.
So I'd read.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm gonna do it. Don't you worry, I'm gonna do it. So
see, this is a prime example of what we were saying earlier. If you want to do something, just do it.
You heard it here. Secondly, you heard it here first the first time, and now you heard it here the second time.
Just do it.
Just do it. Please.
I would swear if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Just bleep do it.
Yeah. All right. So did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we touched on everything on my list from the questions you sent me.
Okay. So I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Banging. Look at us go.
Look at us. We've done it.
And my phone didn't die.
Incredible.
Achievement.
Achievement unlocked.
I'm on 14% though, so.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, thank you so much for being on. Do you have anything else you'd want to plug?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just be cool, be happy, and be nice to people.
Yeah.
Because being mean is way so much more... That didn't make sense. I'm tired.
Yeah, what she said.
Is way too much words. You talk.
Be nice. Be happy. I don't know. I don't know how you say it. I think I said it wrong. Like you said in different. Okay,
being mean's too much. Right, being mean is too much effort. So be nice to people because people don't like it when you're mean.
Yes, there you go.
Explanation.
Let's end it there. All right.
Hot take.
Thank you all for listening, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.